Today, we're going to talk about organizing your business with Dani States, founder of Voiceover View, which is, I'd say it's a calendar, but it's really an all-in-one place for voiceover talents, as you will see. So we all know that running your business is really as important as having skills as a talent. I mean, first of all, if you can't let people know that you're out there, you're not going to get any work. And if you don't know how to make the clients happy, you're not going to get any work. And if you can't keep track of the clients, you're not going to get repeat work. I mean, there are just so many things you have to do besides, just being a great voiceover talent. And all of those things go into Voiceover View. This is what Dani States is providing for you and all of us in the industry. Dani, welcome to the Voiceover Insider podcast.
Hey, Julie, thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I don't do these very often. So
Voiceover View, you're about 3 years old now, 4 years old?
No, we just hit our 5-year anniversary.
Oh my gosh, I remember you starting. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
I know. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We started in June of 2017. We launched with our basic tracker. And since June of 2017, we have been developing and adding features so that now if you were a subscriber or you took a look at us in 2017, we look completely different. It's pretty fun.
What services is it that Voiceover View offers?
So Voiceover View is a business tracking and management system with a CRM component. So a lot of people drop us over into the CRM category, and CRM being client relationship management system. And we do offer a CRM component, but really what we do is we give voice actors the ability to track everything in their business, their past clients, their current work, their past revenue, their current revenue, trailing revenue over the trailing 13 months. So you can compare where you are today compared to where you were last year. We give you the ability. So for example, I have 9 years of voiceover, of a voiceover career. And I can look back across my entire 9 years of voice acting to see what my revenue trends have been over that period of time. We offer invoicing, we offer tax prep, all sorts of stuff. And you can also keep track of your clients.
Well, with the invoicing, do you guys connect at all with banks?
No, not at all. We connect with QuickBooks, FreshBooks, and Wave apps. And so we have an integration with each one of those systems and so platforms. And so when you are putting your information into Voiceover View to track a job, once you're ready to invoice it, you just click a little link that says create invoice. It goes out to your platform of choice, creates the invoice there. You can send it right from Voiceover View. You can do all of that from Voiceover View. So it's nifty. It's nifty. I'm super proud of it.
I would be too. I'm just thinking, wow, what a feat to get all that together. So tell me about the CRM, because this is what a few people have told me were concerns, not specifically about Voiceover View, but about other systems like that as well. How private are my contacts? Can other people see it? Can your staff see it? Can the next talent get my contacts or see how much money I'm making or see where I'm making it or what I'm charging? All of that stuff. How confidential is that?
Super confidential. So, and I think, to be honest, I've heard that is a concern for voice actors with Voiceover View. Totally get it. I'm a voice actor. So, gosh, can she see my information? Can she get that? The answer, short and sweet, is no. I do not have access to anything. My developers on the back end, because it's a database, my developers on the back end do have access, and occasionally they will access if somebody has an issue with their data. They'll say, hey, I've got an issue with XYZ. And I'll say, great, can we look at it? Yes. I don't look at it, but my developers do, and they will find the issue, fix it, and then off we go.
Right.
It is absolutely, there's just, you have to just, I guess there's a level of trust, but I don't have access to it. I've never had access to it. Yeah. And the thing I love about this actually, as I think about it, is that the voiceover community is super tight, as we all know. Mm-hmm. And we've been around for 5 years. And if I was dipping data, or if anybody was dipping data, people would know. Mm-hmm. There's no way after 5 years that people would, that something wouldn't have gotten discovered. So that's all I can say about that, but I'm happy to chat with anybody who has a concern. The other thing is, in terms of like the broader universe, right? So we have the top level security, what's it called? SSL. We have the top level SSL certificates. We're constantly working to make sure that our systems are safe. And then in terms of financial data, we don't have access. So while we do offer invoicing through QuickBooks, FreshBooks, and Wave Apps, that is a push data only system. And so pushing data, meaning that the only ability that we have is to send information to QuickBooks, FreshBooks, and Wave Apps. We can't pull information down. And so there's no access to banking information, anything like that.
What about tech support? I mean, some of us are really not techie at all.
Got it.
How fast and how helpful is the tech support? And is it free?
Tech support is free. I am the first level of contact. So there's not somebody else that you contact first. I'm the first person you contact. I generally respond within 2 to 3 hours, sometimes 24, if it gets buried or if I get buried. But I respond pretty quickly and I respond personally. We often get it resolved in a first contact. If it is an actual technical issue with the database, then I will push it to my developers and they will handle it. They'll handle it and get it done. Usually within 24 to 48 hours, we'll have a resolution.
So how would somebody get a hold of you? Like if somebody has a question about Voiceover View, let's put the number on the screen or the email address on the screen. How would somebody reach you?
It's info@voiceoverview.com.
Okay, yeah. That's pretty easy.
Yeah.
What other functions? Do you have email and do you integrate with any email systems?
Our email integration is very rudimentary. We don't ever have plans to do a full email integration simply because, there's Zoho and Nimble and, all these others that are so well developed. There's we could never compete and it would be cost prohibitive for us to do that in terms of development. But for simple emailing, you can click on the link of a client's email in Voiceover View and it will pull up your email client. You can type your email and go. It doesn't track it. It doesn't do any of that. But one thing that I'm really excited about, we are actively in the process of exploring an integration with Cloze, CLOZE. And that is a really simple and wonderful CRM system. I use it in conjunction with Voiceover View. So I use Cloze and Voiceover View together for the full meal deal. And so we're looking at an integration with Cloze. And if it does what we hope, then we'll be pretty darn close to perfect.
We're talking to Dani States, brilliant mind behind Voiceover View, an all-in-one platform for you to manage your voiceover business. We'll be right back.
So I would say Julie's approach to coaching is direct and very kind. She's definitely no nonsense. But I would add that she's also never harsh or critical in a disheartening sort of way. She quickly assessed my skill level and asked what I wanted to accomplish by working with her. She starts by teaching her proven techniques, and that builds a solid foundation. Then, She tailors her coaching to build on that foundation. Coaching with Julie gave me the tools I needed to move forward with confidence. And she can do the same for you.
One of the things that Julie conveys right at the beginning, she's incredibly organized. I cannot tell you how many people I have worked with that they are very gifted, but they're not very organized. But organized appeals to me because I come from a medical background. Anyway, one of the things that she emphasized was her euphemism of the girl in the red coat, meaning your essence, your personality, your sound is unique. And that's what will sell in the marketplace as long as you stay true to that. And so that was certainly the case in working with Julie. And I'm hoping that if we have a chance to do this again in 6 months, that I'll just have a whole sheaf of contracts that I'll be able to show you and say, see, it really did work. But I do have faith and I do have confidence. So I'm hopeful.
Julie's coaching has helped me in my regular acting as well as my voice acting. Her techniques helped me prepare for an audition, and I got the part. I was able to quickly look at the script and figure out which words to emphasize and how to add music to my phrasing. And her training has really been a game changer for me.
Hi there, I'm Glenn Moore, and I've been working in voiceover for many, many years. Hey, I just wanted to take a minute to say that if you are looking for a voiceover coach to help you gain a better skill set, maybe you're just getting started in the industry, or maybe you've been at this for a while, I highly recommend Julie Williams as a coach either way. She's a pro. She's been working in VO for many, many years as a talent and coach, and I studied with Julie a few years ago and really learned a lot from her, from the way she helps you approach the copy to marking it up in just the right places and on just the right words for the right emphasis and effect, to just being a good listener and coaching you not only through the mechanics of VO, but also the marketing and understanding the business more to help you deal with the reality of what it takes to succeed. Julie's coached established pros to beginners, and she can help you elevate your skills or train to become ready for that first demo. I wish you the best in your VO career, and if you're looking for a professional VO coach to help you succeed, contact Julie to get started today.
We're talking to Dani States, founder of Voiceover View, which is 5 years old now. It's hard to believe. It's like it just started. Dani, what about the calendar? Does it integrate with, say, Google Calendar or Yahoo, or does it have alarms on it, so you don't miss your audition when you get sidetracked doing something else?
Yeah, so we actually don't have a calendar function in Voiceover View. That's another thing that we're looking at, but we have not yet integrated. But we are looking at that actively as well. What we do have are reminders for contacts and jobs and invoices, and then custom reminders that you can set on your own. So Voiceover View offers job, contact, and invoice reminders that are called system reminders. And you can set the job and contact reminders at 30, 60, or 90 days. And so, for example, if you book a job with a client and you have your reminders set at 30 days, once that 30 days has passed since that job was marked as, since it was marked as paid. Can't remember in this moment. But 30 days after you've booked that job, if you haven't booked another job with that client, a reminder will show up on the overview page saying, hey, you haven't booked a job with Joe. Do you want to reach out? So if it's somebody that you book with regularly anyway, maybe you're going to just dismiss the reminder. But if it's somebody that maybe it's a new client and you want to reach out to them again, you can reach out, you can reset it, you can do all sorts of stuff with it. Invoice reminders are set at 30 days. So once you've invoiced a job, whether you're manually invoicing it, manually marking it as invoiced in Voiceover View, or running it through QuickBooks, FreshBooks, or Wave apps, it will automatically show up 30 days after you've marked it as invoiced if it hasn't been marked as paid, and say, hey, do you want to reach out? You haven't been paid yet.
This sounds like it's kind of like the foundation of the business. Like you go in the office, you open Voiceover View.
Exactly.
That's what it's going to do today. It tells you who you need to contact. And then, okay. Then you would go to your email and basically you keep it open all day.
Yeah, thanks for actually, let me talk about that a little bit. So
Yeah.
I use Voiceover View. So I'm a full-time voice actor and I run Voiceover View. And when in the morning when I wake up, I open email, see if I have any bookings. If I have bookings waiting for me in email, then I will go directly to Voiceover View and I will add those jobs directly to Voiceover View right away, because Voiceover View becomes my production log.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just go to Voiceover View, becomes my production log. If I have one job, so I think I've got one job waiting from Friday. And so it's marked as booked. It's logged in there as booked. And so when I log in, it's right there. And I know that's the thing I need to do first thing in the morning, after talking to you. So that's how that works. And then, yes, I leave it open all day. So as bookings come in, I add a new booking. If I don't have anything going and I want to do some auditions, I will track my auditions in the simple audition tracker, which is probably the calendar you're talking about. It's just a simple audition calendar that allows you to tally your auditions through different channels, whether it's, agent, manager, online casting. We have a long list of online casting platforms that one can audition through, and you just select those that you actually use. And then it's very customizable. So, yeah.
And what about, is there any integrated collaboration like chat system that we could chat with another talent or a client or anybody like that?
No.
Okay.
No.
That's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
So what does it cost to be a member?
So Voiceover View is $96 a year or $9.99 a month.
Wow.
And it's been that forever.
Wow. Yeah. Very reasonable. And do you have a free trial?
We do. So we have 30-day free trial. And the thing I want to say about the cost, some people say, well, it's only $9.99 a month, or it's only $96 a year. It can't be very good. But here's the thing. It is really good. And the reason that it's so inexpensive is because everybody wants to dip in your pocket. And whether you're just starting, if you're just starting out, $10 a month feels like a lot, especially if you're coaching, especially if you're saving for a demo, especially if you're paying for the online casting platforms, like all of that stuff, everybody wants a piece. And so what we've done is we've made this very affordable. We continue to develop. We have spent thousands and thousands of dollars in development. We continue to develop, and we're going to keep the price as it is. Because what I really care about is making it accessible for people so that they can track and manage their business in a way that works for them.
That's excellent. Okay, so there's a link on your screen, or if you're listening by audio, it's down in the show notes of the podcast, where you can click and then get a free trial. And how does that work? How long is the free trial?
Yeah, so the free trial is 30 days.
Okay.
And when you register, you'll get 2 emails. The first email tells you to verify your email. If you don't get that, look in junk. So it'll say verify your email, then you'll be able to log in. You'll be asked for payment information up front, but this is something that's really important to me as a subscriber to any service out there. We give you notice before we actually charge you. So 1 week before your 30-day trial is up, we will see an email saying, hey, your 30-day trial is going to end on this day, 7 days from now. And here's how you cancel. We give you a link to cancel. We tell you if you've subscribed on a monthly basis and you want to update to a year, here's how you do it. If you subscribed on a yearly basis and you want to downgrade to a monthly basis, here's how you do it. We make it super easy. And so that's the first thing. Yeah. And we also there's a few other support things. So once you subscribe, you'll get onboarding emails that are just sort of dripped out so that you're not like overwhelmed with, oh my God, how do I figure this out? Mm-hmm. And they're dripped out over the course of a few days. And then I host twice a month, Ask Me Anything Tuesday. And I love that. It's a total freeform conversation where anybody who is either part of VoiceOver, who already subscribes to VoiceOver View or doesn't subscribe but is VoiceOver View curious, you can jump on and we literally just have a free-form conversation. I answer questions. I give a tour if people want to see some sort of feature update. I usually do it from our pre-production server, which is our test server, so I can show some functionality that's not quite out there yet.
Right.
So it's lots of fun.
Okay, it sounds cool. So what we're going to do is we're also going to put the link to that,
Sure.
the information about that on our show notes. If you're on video, you can see it on the screen, or you can check the notes below the YouTube video. And if you're listening on audio, again, the notes that come with it, the description box, you'll find that information. So if you're on audio, it's time for us to say goodbye. And I want to thank Dani States for joining us to give us information about VoiceOver View. I'm so proud of you, Dani. This is so cool. So thanks for being with us today. And I will see you guys listening on audio, or I'll talk to, I should say, you guys listening on audio, not see, in the next VoiceOver Insider podcast. Okay, for those of you on video, we're going to continue on and we're going to give you a short demonstration of VoiceOver View. So Dani, see if you can share your screen and just kind of show us, what does this look like?
Sure, you bet. So let me first just say, so this is the overview page of VoiceOver View. So when you log into VoiceOver View and you are just in the morning, this is where you'll come. So let me first say, and I will just caveat this is my actual data. And so if you see a client on there, my request is that you don't go reaching out to that client. I know that sounds crazy, but I have had a few people do that.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Yeah. So, but the best way to show VoiceOver View is to actually show it in action versus, some sort of test server that sort of has wonky data on it. So this is my VoiceOver View. So VoiceOver View provides all sorts of information. So revenue trends, job status by month. You can see trailing 6 months, whether you've got stuff that's outstanding, audition to booking ratio, your monthly and yearly comparison. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat. Monthly and yearly comparison showing here's current month to date compared to last month to date. So May 27th, 2022, compared to last year month to date, June 27th, 2021. My current year to date revenue compared to last year to date revenue. You can see I'm slightly behind last year. Any additional fees. So this is royalties right here, royalties and usage. Mm-hmm. You can see top 10 customers, top 10 clients, as well as if I were to click this link, you would see all of my clients from the top client all the way down to the somebody that I have not booked with yet, and there's a 0 there. Okay. Job mix and growth. So what type of work do I do? Where's most of my money coming from? As you can see, it's mostly radio and television commercials. Current year, last year, you can slice and dice it all sorts of different ways. Job source, where's my work coming from? You can see most of it's coming from production companies and agents. A little bit of online casting, not too much. Income statement. So this is pretty neat. This is something that we have just recently updated. So at the end of 2021, we updated this so that you could export your 2021 revenue and expenses. So this was our first foray into tax preparation. Now we've got it so that you can slice and dice and get your income statement for quarters. So, and you can export that. Yeah. So you can export that. So if you are doing, a quarterly tax estimate payment, or whatever that's called, you can pull this, and it is directionally correct because it's taking any revenue that is marked as delivered, invoiced, or paid. So it's directionally correct. It's not just taking your paid invoices. You'll do that at the end of the year, but it gives you a very good, like I say, can I say directionally correct 4 more times? It gives you a very good directionally correct set of information so that you can pay your estimated taxes. And then we also have a to-do list. This is a feature that actually some of our subscribers wanted, so we built it. We're super responsive that way. If we have a lot of people that are asking for information or asking for a new feature, we'll do it. All of this data. So, and this is the reminder widget that I was talking about. So, for example, I haven't booked a job with Rick since May 24th. And so do I want to reach out to him? If I do, I can do that. And by doing that, if I click his link here, it will pull up my email client and an email ready to send to him. All of this information is fed from one simple form, this form right here. So this is add a new job. And to add a new job to Voiceover View, there are really only 4 required fields. I fill out all the fields because at the end of the day, I want to have a full understanding of the job, but it literally takes 1 minute or less to fill this out. So the job date, this is the date you got hired. The job title, what is the actual job? What type of job is it? Now this right here is customizable. So this is all of the types of voiceover work that I do. And so I have customized it. So if it's commercial, it's a radio commercial, who's the end client? Who am I actually talking about? What's my rate? The status is going to be booked. And then that will feed the job list that I work off of. Who hired you? So if it's somebody that's already hired me, they're in my contact list. If it's somebody who's hiring me for the first time, whether it's an audition through one of the online casting sites or, wherever they find you, you can add a new contact quickly and easily right here. So you can add it. And when I save that, when I've added their information and saved it, it will populate right here. And now they're in my contact book as well. Where did they find me? Online casting. Again, this I have just customized it for me, but we have, I think, like 25 or 30 online casting platforms that people that we've found and then people have also suggested. And then you save it. So that takes literally less than a minute if you are doing this for the first time. If you are adding a job, so let's talk about, so this is a client that I do a lot of work for. Rather than entering all of that information every time for this client, I can click this little button, which is let me go back. I can click this little button, which is the duplicate. It will duplicate all the details of the job. And then all I need to do is change the title, maybe the rate, and save it. Super fast. It's lovely. Yeah, so we also do, let's talk about auditions really quickly. Go ahead. I can't hear you.
Yes, Stu, I didn't.
First time caller, long time listener.
I didn't interrupt you anyway because you couldn't hear me. But yeah, just tell us about the auditions before we close.
Sure. So the Audition Tracker. This is the Audition Tracker. This allows you to track the auditions that you do. I just do the simple Audition Tracker. So as you can see, I'm very sporadic in my auditions. Sometimes I do a bunch. Sometimes I don't do any.
You just get busy. Yeah. All of a sudden it expired, Exactly. So to add an audition, again, this is customized to my work. This is customized to my business. So if I do an audition on Voice 123, for example, all I'm going to do is just tally that and save it. Done. So as I go throughout my day, I'm on Voice 123, I'm doing an audition, I get an audition from my agents, I will do that audition and I just tally it really quickly as soon as I submit it.
If I book an audition, so let me talk about that for a real quick second here. If I book that audition, when I'm tracking the job, I will click this box. I auditioned for this job, and it will then inform the audition to booking ratio calendar or a chart on the overview page. So you can see not only what your overall audition to booking ratio is, but what your by channel audition to booking ratio is. So you know where you should be spending your money.
Very good. Okay, well, I want to thank you for giving us this tour, and we're going to have the information about how to reach you and how to get the free trial, the link for that. By the way, thank you for making it 30 days. I personally, when somebody gives me 7 days or 14, I don't have enough time to figure it out, to even know if I like it or not. So it's excellent that you give that much time. I appreciate that. And so we've got the links to reach Dani below. Thank you so much, Dani. Is there any last thing you'd like to add?
No, I think we've covered a lot here, and I just really appreciate the opportunity to share Voiceover View with you, Julie, again, and with your audience.
Awesome.
Give us a try. Check us out. There's no pressure whatsoever.
And thank you for joining us on the video version of the Voiceover Insider podcast.
You bet. Thank you.